I get? What do I win? I am married to Dan Hins, plays in band in this area, the Grunfelders, and we have a 41-year-old, that's my stepdaughter. She gave us our first grandchild last fall, little granddaughter. We have a son who's 22, Landon, and we have a daughter, Michaela, who's going to be 20 soon. I should have mini gray hair, Snow White, for that one. But otherwise, that's in a synopsis what I've been doing. Karen.
Why
don't you come over and do it together, Scott?
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
We've been married 36 years. Have Amanda and Heidi, 34 and 28. 28.
His daughter's older than me.
And Heidi is Pat's goddaughter.
What?
Yeah, I didn't, yeah.
Yes, and we live
Hey,
in
baby.
Cartersville, Georgia. And I work at a Lutheran church.
I'm retired. Yes, I taught in Ardell for 2 years, and then I graduated from the UW twice, and then I went back in nursing school, and I've been at UW Hospital for 33 years, and I retired last year. So life is good. My husband is Frank Vitale, and he is a cousin of Carissa's, and related to Deb and Dan for the coffee. And I have a daughter who's 27, and she lives in London, and so we get to visit her often. And I'm enjoying retirement.
I wish I was retired. All right, I've been with PQ for 34 years, going in 35 years. I got married 1 week before Barb Hanson did. At the ripe old age of 50. Yes. My husband's name is Vernon Royal. He retired. I continue to work.
That sounds good.
It's a perfect life. And my forever partner is my sister, Ben.
Yay.
And just in case nobody knew this, you have to stay until midnight because it's Chris's birthday tomorrow.
Yes, yes.
Come to the class reunion 1 year younger than when I leave it.
That's a long reunion.
Shots from anybody who wants to come at that.
As long as I get called.
Lori, are you sure you wanted to tell people that? Because remember, she's a roommate tonight. I currently live in Sheboygan. I've been there 16 years. I work for the school district. I'm the head cook there. I have 2 sons, 30 and 25. I'm divorced, but I lost my love of my life in December. So life
2
goes on.
kitties.
Oh, I have 2 cats. Yeah.
I've been working in Charlesburg teaching for 36 years, and we'll be there for another, how long? Thanks to Scott Walker. So, it's a long time. But I still live in Hollandale, so.
No.
My wife, yeah. We've been married 20 years. We have 2 children and 3 grandchildren. Just 1 on the way. I went back to school for computers and to get a bill. State.
Do they know?
Still part my hair in the middle.
Do they know that you were stationed in England for 2 years in the
I
Air
was
Force?
stationed in England for 2 years in the Air Force. told me Ann Cole.
I have seen Ann, she's.
She in Massachusetts,
And London.
Ann lives in London.
She
She's
does?
the editor for Moody Investments.
And she's
I-
currently going through breast cancer.
Is she really?
I've been married to Tom Coffey for 38 years. I get a medal for that. Let's see, I have a step-granddaughter that's 16, and I have a 4-year-old granddaughter and a 2-year-old grandson that I babysit and love to babysit all the time. Spend a lot of time with them. I have worked at RBS, still been there 22 years. In 4 years I want to retire from there. So, that's about it.
Hello, I'm Mark. I graduated, did okay, that's last summer in '75. Roommate with Ron Burchard and Rick Carlson at Benamor for a year. Then I was a mechanic at a Pontiac Honda dealership. Took a year off to go to school at Jim Lean at UW, lived on Lincoln Street. That was a fun year.
That was a fun year, I remember that.
We don't remember it. That's what people just tell us.
Anyway, I went back to work at Bethesda. Well, what, it was going to be that summer, and I stayed for 3 more years. I was service manager there, and then I got married in '82. Worked for UPS for over 30 years. I retired 2 years ago from UPS as a driver. And good job, good Teamster job. Went through a divorce. My 2 kids we had together. My daughter was state champion downhill ski racer, which was pretty awesome. And my son was equally as good as my daughter, but more competition with the boys. Anyway, I got bored doing nothing, so I'm selling cars. I'm a car salesman. Honorable profession.
I need a car.
Where at?
East Madison, Toyota.
Yeah, stand up so we can see you.
Scott, I won't mention that. After graduation, I spent my first 2 years as Scott Ingles' roommate at Platinum.
I'm sorry.
Needless to say, it was the best 2 years of my life. No.
I had to wake you up every morning.
Yeah, he had a great alarm clock.
Please.
No, after that, I actually spent 3 years working for the Rock County Sheriff's Department in Kaysville. Went to grad school, worked a year as a social worker in Lafayette County, and then another year went back to the Sheriff's Department in Dane County, and then decided to get out of that. Otherwise, I would have had no hair, or all gray hair. But for the last 26 years, I've been working at Land's End. Actually, I thought it was just going to be a temporary job, but I found that I actually liked working for the company. And just about 2 years into that, Mrs. Nancy Henriksen asked if I would be interested in coaching track at Pecatonica. And had no head coaching experience, but said I'd be willing to take a chance. And 22, 23 years later, I'm still coaching track here at Tech Argyle. Just retired as the cross-country coach this past summer, I should say. But I've been voice of the Vikings. If you've ever been to a game, I've done football announcing, run the clock in basketball, did volleyball. So a lot is when you got away from the school, you thought you'd never go back. But for the last 22 years, I've been back to Pecatonica and actually enjoyed every bit of it. Coaching has definitely been something I've loved very dearly, but my parents are getting to the age where they need a little more attention from me, so, but it's been a great ride. So that's where I'm at. Julian.
Jim.
Thank you, Pat.
I'm sorry.
Sit down, you're crowded. I'm still in pharmacy. I work at a couple different places, in Spring Green now and in Madison and Oakwood Village. Jeannie, I'm very jealous of you retiring. My son's 13, so I don't think I'll ever retire. Truthfully. I have a daughter that's 19. Her name's Elise. She's a great gal. She's going to be going to UW in a couple of years.
I'll take your money.
What?
The bursar's
You
office.
took mine.
I did.
She took mine.
She took yours too.
You know, she took yours. He doesn't remember that, does he? Even took you.
I've just been working a lot lately, but I'm gonna try to find time this year to go golfing. Maybe hang around with strumming a little bit. Best friends, we never see each other, you know what I call it?
Well, if you buy a car from him, you'd see him.
I wouldn't buy a car from that guy. No Thomas. So,
Yeah, he's not gonna get drugs from you either.
good ride.
Now you're blushing.
But I have one for you.
Yeah, I just
Anyway, it's good to see all you. Great.
You bet.
Thanks, John.
Oh, that's.
Oh, man, this is great. This will be fun. My wife Shirley and I have been together for 34 years, and Jim was our best man. Mark was on the wedding party, and Mike was also. So this is great to see the three of them here. Our son Matt will be 32 this fall. Lives in Eureka, Missouri, a suburb southwest of St. Louis. He's on BMW Tech. He and his wife Becky have started to raise our two grandchildren. Our grandson Keenan will be a year old in August, and our granddaughter Reese will be 3.5 in August. And Shirley's been in the commercial printing field ever since '77, and I've been in the animal nutrition field in the last 14 years. We own a horse nutrition business called Spirit Plus. So life is good.
It's nice to see you all. I haven't seen quite a few faces in a long time. Lisa and I have been married for 31 years. I retired in March of 2014. Lisa retired in 2011. We spent a lot of time traveling. In the last 5 years, we've been to Europe 3 times. We're headed to Europe again this coming May.
Wow.
We do the boat trips, and we see a lot of, I'm a World War II buff, so I've been able to stop at all the places, and looking forward to the one in May when we're going to Normandy. So Lisa spends her time as a consultant for world language teachers, so her time is spent up teaching other teachers how they should be teaching, and we're having a good time. My folks is chauffeur now to all their doctor's appointments and errands, and so I'm the oldest of us 6. So I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time.
It's good that you can do it.
I'm Dan Hustarp. I've been married to Marlis for 38 years, coming this October. We have 2 boys, Tim and Josh. They're doing great. About 16 years ago or whatever, I decided to change occupations. I became an electrician, got my master's license. Probably going to work for another 5 years, unfortunately, but that's the way it goes. Other than that, I guess that's all. Nick, Barb.
Jeff and I got married in 2008, so we just celebrated our 7th wedding anniversary on July 4th. I have 2 stepsons. Ryan is 21, and he and his girlfriend have 2 daughters. Lily will be 3 in September, and Mia just turned 1. And then Brandon is 17, he'll be a senior in high school. And it was worth waiting 50 years.
And you live in Cedar Rapids,
We live in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, after I went from Wisconsin to Ohio to Arizona, back to Wisconsin, and now Iowa.
Okay, for the spouses who may not know me, I'm Dale Thompson, so I'm in the pictures there. And my wife and I have been living in Frankfort, Illinois for 22 years now. That was after moving around the country with company jobs for several years. So we've been able to stay put, and we have 3 children. Our oldest, Scott, is going to be 35 later this year, and he and his wife are raising a blended family of 4 children. So we have 2 step-grandchildren through them, and 2 biological grandchildren. And then our daughter is a pharmacist, and she had a daughter about a ago. And my wife and I babysit our granddaughter 2 days a week now. I should mention, I took retirement in 2008, left my corporate job, but I didn't retire to nothing. I've kept myself busy managing some rental properties and, like I say, now doing the babysitting, and have found that to be one of the most rewarding jobs of my career. It's just fantastic seeing, a little one grow like that. Raised the 3 kids, but of course I was on the go all the time and didn't see everything that my wife got to see when the 3 were growing up. And then last, to mention, our youngest Mark is going to be married in 2 months. And he just turned 30 earlier this month. Wow. So, and we have all 3 of our children within a 10-mile radius of our home in Frankfurt, so we think we're really blessed. We get to see the kids a lot, see the grandkids a lot, and couldn't be better. Okay.
As Karen said, we've been married for 36 years. After graduation, a bunch of us went to Platteville, and as Pat said, he and I roomed together for 2 years in the dorm. And then I had the pleasure of rooming, Pat chose not to come off campus with us, but Tracy and I and Bruce Meyer and Roger Zeissy roomed together for 2 years as we finished up. So I had the pleasure of rooming and getting to know Tracy better than we did even as we grew up. A bunch of us in town always were very close, growing up, going to the pool all the time. And I wouldn't want to miss this and say, we knew when Chris was coming to the pool. We all kind of just...
It didn't happen often because at the days or nights we were
But we knew that Chris was going to be at the pool. Anyway, that's a joke. Graduated, and I worked for Joseph Huber Brewing Company in Monroe, and had the pleasure in 1988 when they sold a bunch of our successful labels, and they said, you're done. So I called a buddy who I'd gone to brewing school with. He was in Jacksonville, Florida. And I said, do you have anything on Anheuser-Busch system? And he said, it's your lucky day. We have a job in Jacksonville. Come on down and interview. So we went down in 1989. I left and they followed a few weeks later. And we were in Jacksonville for almost 4 years. And then the brewery in Cartersville, Georgia started up, and I took a move to Cartersville to help start the brewery up, and have been there almost 24 years, so 36, almost 37 years in the brewing industry, making beer. If you happen to have seen, we make, I don't want to make it a commercial, but we make the emergency water when there's tornadoes and things. We do that in Cartersville. That's comes out of the Department of IBM in Cartersville, so we make that water and then packaging cans. We make Lime-A-Ritas now, we make mixed ales, and all of the bud products that we have. A couple of years, maybe I can get out of there. It's now AB InBev. We're owned by a company in Leuven, Belgium. So that's what's in my world.
Taste any beer along the way? Taste any beer along the way?
I taste every probably 2-3 days a week at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a very formal tasting, and when you get done, you breathalyze. You do not go home from AB without breathalyzing, and if you do not pass, you will sit there until you pass, or they'll take a taxi and drive you home. But yes, it's a very formal tasting. You taste everything from the whole process all the way through, and it can get long and 2 or 3 hours of tasting, and hopefully you can breathalyze okay.
My wife Gloria and I, we got married going on 14 years to be in August, and we have two daughters, and we have 4 granddaughters and a grandson. The youngest granddaughter is 14 months. I've been working with Eastman Helgeson Ford and now it's called Evansville Ford. I've been there for 37 years.
Mike.
Howdy. Diane and I have 5 children, 4 girls and a son, ages 23 to 33. I produce America's Finest Beef and Pork, and amongst other things, we have 8 grandchildren. And the only other thing I do is I help ensure that Scotty wants a job at Budweiser. I just want to encourage every one of you. I'm a big, as some of my Facebook friends know, I post on Facebook, and I like doing the pictures of family and friends, and I like seeing family and friends' pictures. So I guess I'm hooked on Facebook, but I would encourage any of you, if you're not on Facebook, to do it, because it's kind of a neat way to keep hooked up with people. So, thank you.
Marlis, do you remember Kim Hogwin created a Facebook page for the
Kim.
class of 75, Pecatonica class of 1975, so there is a Facebook page out there if you Google it. Pecatonica class of
I guess,
1975.
yeah, all I can say is, if you've never been on Facebook, you need to try doing it, and not because you need to be such an extrovert or whatever I'm doing, it's just because it's a really neat way to keep track of with pictures and family and friends. It's kind of, I think it's neat. That's just my opinion. So.
And if any of you had a chance to look at the books around, Connie Theobald has been doing scrapbook. She keeps a scrapbook going for us, so she keeps adding to that. And so if you ever, Connie March, who's her name now, so if you ever wanted to address to send her something you'd like to put in there, keep it going for us.
We lost Steve Reeser.
Yeah, Steve's out, but he's waiting, but he's gone. Did you talk, Marlis?
Marlis hasn't
No.
told us.
Well, Marlis, come on. You want to know if Dan was telling the truth?